A very good day to our lecturer, Engineer. My name is Ting Li Hua. Now I would like to present the introduction of our contract and estimation project. Our group consists of 5 members. The organization chart of our project are Liu Zhenyong as Project Manager, Mike Kin Fai as Quantity Surveyor, Kai Chuan as Project Designer, Fu Qihan as Contract and Finance Manager, and me myself, Ding Li Hua as an engineer. Next, I would like to present the company background of our project. Our company named as Mido Yoku. The slogan of our company is, "We want it, we build it." We intend to become the preferred preference at all times, both nationally and worldwide, for their known excellent quality, performance, and dependability in all sorts of construction using current concept and advanced technology. The vision of our company is to become the top construction company by continually producing projects that meet international standards and providing outstanding customer service. To constantly provide outstanding value and creative building solutions to our clients. The mission of our project is to achieve excellence in quality and timely completion of value-added projects to become the client's preferred choice. We strive to give the greatest level of service in the construction industry while also providing exceptional craftsmanship on each project we work on. To improve the production and cost effectiveness, we will continue to invent, develop, and use cutting-edge technology in procedure and material. Next, the proposed building of the contract and estimation subject is single-story house. The figure above shows the structure of the building. As you can see that the building consists of 4 bedrooms, 1 dining hall, 1 living hall, 1 kitchen, 2 washrooms, and 1 yard. That's all for me. Thank you.
A very good day to our lecturer, Engineer Muhammad Zaini bin Ningso. My name is Kai Chuan with meeting number AF190246. Now I'm going to present my part, that is preliminary cost estimating. It is a process to predict project cost and resource requirement at the earliest possible stage, to get rough idea about total construction cost and allow the client to choose the best contractor. In our project, we use 2 methods, that is floor area method and building module method, to estimate our cost. First is floor area method. This method is a single price rate method based on the cost per square meter of the building. After calculation, the total area of a single unit is around 136.248 meters square. Cost per area for semi-residential house is around 1,000 ringgit. So, the total cost of a single unit is around 136,248 ringgit. The second one is building volume method. The rule for calculating the area is all length and breadth measurements are taken from the external dimension of external wall, and the building height is measured from the top of foundation to halfway up to the slope of a pitched roof of 0.6 of the flat roof. After calculation, the total volume of a single unit is around 1016.2 meter cube. Cost per volume for a semi-residential house is around 120 ringgit. So, the total cost of a single unit is 122,944 ringgit based on the building volume method. That's all for me, and thank you.
Greetings and very good day to Engineer Muhammad Zaini bin Ningso. I am Moikin Fai, representing Group 2 to present you findings of bill of quantities, also checking of quantities. Without wasting any time, let's dive into the content. First, here is the summarizations of the bill of quantity. As the quantities, here's recorded the details and every components of our semi-detached house, including lowest floor finish, walls, doors, roof, and finishes. It turns out that the amount required for constructing one housing is at 100 and 60,000 plus. It can be told that the work below lowest floor finish dominates the largest spend, that is at 36,000. In this moment, allow me to answer your pre-adventure. Alright, here's the answer for it. There are about 5 subsections for the floor finish: a plain mild steel bar reinforcement, high tensile steel bar reinforcement, the British Reinforcement Company wire mesh, the sawn formwork and sundries, and last will be the termite pre-treatment designed for the planned area of the building footprint. So it's the time to disclose the ways we measure the bill of quantity. The quantity is being measured from the architecture and engineering drawings, while the rate has been surveyed for several times. We then multiply the quantities with the rates to get the total amount of each section. Besides, we then set a breakout page for each section which I had mentioned earlier, that includes the steel reinforcement, the sawn formworks, and the termite treatments. And here comes to the total of it. Well, the second thing I would like to share about is the taking of quantities. It's the most basic and consummating approach to measure the quantities of the required do list. As a quantity surveyor, he or she must be acknowledged that the critical dimensions of the construction components that are quantified as the units of measurement. Then the quantity is precisely measured. This is all from me, and I would like to pass the ball to my teammate. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liu Zhengyong, AF190247, and I will be presenting construction total costs. First will be staffing costs, including construction manager and site supervisor. We hired a construction manager for about 1 year and site supervisor for about 8 months, and the total cost will be 185,760 ringgit. Next will be plants and machinery, including mobile cranes, 20-ton classes, excavator, backhoe, concrete mixer, and surveyor, with different duration, different quantity, and different rate. We hired surveyor for as lump sum, which means we only have to pay once. The plant and machinery category is the most expensive categories among the construction total cost, which is 532,000 ringgit roughly. Next, scaffolding and accessory, including installation and dismantling, and we have to pay 20,000 ringgit. Contract admin fees and insurance, including insurance CAR, insurance workman's compensation, performance bond, and CIDB fee, for roughly about 27,000 ringgit. Next, office equipment and facility, including site office and facilities, workers' accommodation for roughly about 39,000 ringgit, and it is also a lump sum payment. Security and safety regulation, including safety guards, fire prevention during construction, for about 24,000 ringgit. Temporary services and logistics, including project signboard, electrical charges and work, water bill, domestic waste, keeping site clean and free from water, tapping from water and electrical, and the total up cost is 123,000 ringgit and 400 ringgit. And last will be others fees such as handover cleaning, hoarding, and temporary access, for about 35,600 ringgit. Not forget to mention the grand total for preliminaries budget, including all the items above A to H, and for the total cost will be 986,952 ringgit and 15 cents. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Good afternoon, Doctor. My name is Fu Chi Heng, machine number F190237. So right now I'm going to present my part in the project. Performance bond, also known as a contract bond, is commonly used in construction industry to ensure contractors will carry out his work faithfully by meeting the obligations specified in the contract, and it was normally introduced by a bank or insurance company to guarantee the satisfaction of the employer regarding the completion of the designated project by the contractor. and it was initiated if the project is done poorly without meeting the terms and conditions specified in the contract. An employer can demand for compensation for amount guaranteed in the bond, and it was usually 5 to 10%, and for our project we will make it by 5% of the contract sum, and it was usually paid by the contractor. The compensation can enable the employer to employ another contractor to fix up the defects and lags from the previous contractor, and the claim on bond is usually done after the end of defects liability period, which is typically 12 months and which begin after the certifications of practical completion, and during this period, client can report any defects or unfinished work to the contract administrator to verify and instruct the contractor to rectify the defects within a reasonable time. So the total cost of our project is cost about 1,600,000, and 5% of the project cost is cost about 80,000, which is our performance bond. Liquidator and ascertain damages. LAD is an agreed rate of damages paid by the contractor to the employer for a particular breach of contract and was usually due to a delay to the completion of work, and it was computed normally in rate per day or week, and the sum for liquidated damage will be included by the employer in the contract based on the estimate time in the contract which is signed by the contractor and employer based on realistic assessment of the cost to the employer of a delay in completion. The advantages of LD is that the issues will become payable and employer is not required to prove any loss, and it provides commercial certainty for both parties and effectively as a cap on the contractor's liability for the specified breach, and will reduce the need for costly and time-consuming court proceeding to determine whether general damage are payable and the amount of such damage, and it will act as an incentive for the contractor to desist from committing the specified breach. So for the calculation, we're referring to the prime rate of Maybank, which is 6.65%, and the base lending rate we calculated is 0.018%, and last year LD we calculated is 289 ringgit 71 cents per day. In conclusion, we discovered that there are many elements that must be considered while calculating a single-story house, such as using cost estimation, using preliminary estimating approach, build-up rate, and taking off quantities, and we also learned that the significance of details for the drawing layout and proportion for each element of the buildings. And to summarize all, the first thing that must be prioritized is the cost of project, since it will be estimated in the real project cost and it will set a benchmark so that the project does not go over budget. Thank you, and that's all for our presentation. I'll pass to the next member to continue presenting.